Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111. Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6 live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brennan, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle!
Hey-o! Hey. Good morning to you. Time for the morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media, brought to us by our good friends at Ottumwa Coasters. Let's take a look at their information right now. Ottumwa Coasters, get your business or event on a drink coaster and get those taken out to all of the Ottumwa's most popular restaurants, plus more throughout southeast Iowa. It's a fun and effective way to reach the community. That's Ottumwa Coasters. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. I always tag their page on our morning wake-up. So Ottumwa Coasters, we thank them for headline sponsoring our morning wake-up through the month of August, which we are into. We are broadcasting, of course, live from the Oski Dental Studios. Give them a call, 641-673-4845. Schedule your appointment with Dr. Schuster. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider, and they're at 902 South 17th in Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental for sponsoring the studios, Ottumwa Coasters for sponsoring the show, and we thank the Garden Gate for sponsoring our forecast. Garden Gate is at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Give them a call, 641-622-3191. Stop in and see Cindy Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. A chance of some showers and thunderstorms yet this morning. Otherwise, a slight chance of some rain late this afternoon. Otherwise, cloudy skies will start with and then become sunny and a high of 86. Winds could possibly gust up to 20 miles per hour. Rain chance for the rest of today just at 30%. For tonight, mostly clear, a low in the upper 60s. Sunshine tomorrow, 86. Clear tomorrow night, low of 67. Saturday will be sunny and 86. Right now, our current conditions here in southeast Iowa, according to the National Weather Service, humidity at 100%, pretty calm winds, barometer at 29.91, dew point at 69, and we do have 70 degrees currently in southeast Iowa. Again, your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. I should tell you, I did check the rain gauge this morning. 0.15, a little over a tenth of an inch this morning. So, there are some weather sites out there on Facebook and social media land that kind of get people stirred up. They make some pretty bold predictions, and then those predictions generally don't come true. I saw some of those, saying that we were going to get a derecho last night. That didn't happen. I'm a National Weather Service guy. You got to stick with what the National Weather Service says. So, don't get all scared and freaked out by what some other fringe weather sites tell you, because they're just looking for clicks and to get people riled up. So that's what's going on there. Hey, what's going on here is This or That. It goes out every morning at 6 a.m. here on Steve Shetler Media, and it's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. And you can comment on this. Again, it gets posted at 6 a.m. This is a smoothie. That is a milkshake. Milkshake for me, thank you. And yes, I will take the cherry on top. This or that, smoothie or milkshake. I am definitely a milkshake guy. Give me that milkshake. Let's see here. Coming up at noon today, question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main, Sigourney. We are into August now. The calendar has flipped to August. So what's left to do this summer? Now, this question will be posed at noon on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. All I can think of that's left for summer is the State Fair. That's kind of the last big hurrah for summer before we get back into the swing of things in September. The end of this month, kids will get back into school. Our young adults will be going back to college. Things will just kind of go back to the normalcy of normal. So August, what's left to do this summer? That is your question of the day. What else we got going on? Of course, do want to tell you, we've got, as we were talking about yesterday, we've got our Athlete of the Year tournament coming up. The matchups have been set. The winner will receive the belt. In fact, I got to step away from the microphone for a second. I got to grab my championship belt and get it a little bit closer for when I come back on the air here. But that championship belt, that's not just a picture. That's a real thing. And it's a legitimate championship belt. So our first matchup is going to go live on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Our Athlete of the Year tournament. Our number one seed, Evan Vidito from Sigourney Keota Football, will be going against Macy Little from North Mahaska Wrestling. That's the first matchup, the first battle in our Athlete of the Year tournament. That'll be going on for the next 3 weeks. We'll also have our normal For the Fun of It tournament, too, as we're going to focus on State Fair foods for that. But 2 different tournaments going on. Should be a lot of fun in the month of August for some tournament action here on Steve Shetler Media. Coming up tomorrow here on Steve Shetler Media, CJ Gaston will be our guest at the Iowa Music Showcase. We'll be live at Barnwired for that in Sigourney. Make sure you either stop in live, be part of the audience that watches live, or just watch live here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, YouTube. CJ Gaston making his debut on the Iowa Music Showcase. I can confirm for you on Saturday, the sports section live at Brothers Market in Sigourney, we will be talking to some of our girls, some of our young ladies from the Sigourney softball team that, of course, won the state championship last weekend. And Coach Shelly Striegel, along with some of the players, are going to focus on a few of the main players on the team. They will be on the sports section this Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. So tune in for that. That should be a great show. And then, of course, every Tuesday we are live at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa for Tuesday Night Tune-Up. That's at 7 p.m. That's going to run through October. Safe Grafke, your host. We always talk local and area racing, so tune in on Tuesdays for that. Some events on our community calendar. Let's take a look at some community calendar events. I want to get to some stuff that we haven't had on lately. Do keep in mind, you can volunteer with the Food Bank of Iowa. That's in Ottumwa. If you want to help out with that, make sure you check into that. Also, Sigourney Public Library, they have their monthly book chat. That is the third Saturday of every month. Coming up this month, it'll be August 17th. Put that on your calendar. And then, of course, we do have 3 weeks left of the SNAC program, Summer Nutritional Assistance for Community Kids. That is Mondays and Wednesdays for children up to age 18, and that is at the Community Outreach Center in Sigourney. If you're needing something to eat Mondays and Wednesdays, it's 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. for some lunch. Runs through August 21st. All right, is that it? I think we got to everything. Most everything, at least. We got some birthdays to do. Let's cue the music. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and yeah. Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers bringing us our birthdays. You can find more information at hometown-re.com. On the right side of your screen, hometown birthdays, local and area birthdays for today. Got my friend Peter Stockdale with a birthday today. And then Margie Goring. Margie, she's with one of those radio stations in Ottumwa, with Ottumwa Radio. Margie Goring. Friend of mine, she does that radio sales thing. So Margie, happy birthday to you. Peter, happy birthday to you. Celebrity side of the things, we've got Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, 65 years old. Got Chuck D, from Public Enemy, turning 64. Adam Duritz is 60. He's the singer for the Counting Crows. From basketball, Stacey Ogman is 56. I think I remember him from UNLV back in the day. And then actor, isn't he an Iowa guy originally? Jason Momoa, turning 45. Aquaman, and of course, plenty of other roles in Hollywood. Jason Momoa, 45 today. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers. We thank her for being one of our many sponsors. Hey, there we go. Hey, yeah, I was talking. I gotta get this. This thing is so heavy. This is the championship belt that we got for the Athlete of the Year tournament. The winner of our tournament will be getting this belt. It's nice and shiny in my lights. This is a legitimate, this is what like the wrestlers, pro wrestlers, or UFC fighters win. So this is, make sure you get the word out. This is a legitimate title. This is not cheap. I can testify to that. But we do thank our sponsors, Kelly Style, State Farm Insurance, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, making this belt possible. They are, of course, our Athlete of the Week and Team of the Week sponsors. So, yeah, again, our Athlete of the Year tournament winner will get this championship belt, and they'll get to wear it. That's the thing. If they win it, they have to wear it. They don't. We'll just set that back there for now, but that's a pretty cool thing. At least I think. If you're an athlete or you're a competitor, you want to win belts and trophies and stuff like that. So, that is what is on the line for our Athlete of the Year tournament. Again, that will start up Sunday evening with our first matchup. Hey, good morning to you, Bubby, Sandy, Nancy, Dan, and Sherry. I know we got Oski Dental watching along this morning. Hope you are all off to a good start on this Thursday morning. Let's get into some things. On this date, again, August 1st. It is Thursday, August 1st. On this date in history, it was 1799. Francis Scott Key, who wrote our national anthem. Francis Scott Key was born on this date, 1799. On this date, 1893, shredded wheat, the cereal, was patented. On this date, 1893. It was on this date 1936, the Olympic Games were in Berlin, and they were watched over by Adolf Hitler. Kind of creepy. 1936. And then on this date in 1958, the price of a postage stamp went up to 4 cents. Woo! That's at least, when prices go up on stamps, they usually go up at least 4 cents these days. The price of a stamp was 4 cents total back in 1958. On the National Day calendar today, it's World Lung Cancer Day. Maybe not really want to celebrate that, but maybe just bring attention to it. World Lung Cancer Day. It's International Child Free Day. Don't know. It's World Scout Scarf Day. All right. It's Respect for Parents Day. That's right. I have to let my daughter Riley know about this day. Respect your parents. It's National let's see here. National Minority Donor Awareness Day. Okay. Yesterday was, I think, Raspberry Cake Day. Today it's National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. So we're continuing our celebration of raspberries. And it's National Girlfriend's Day. So if you're a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend, make sure you celebrate those girlfriends today. All right, 7:16. We're at 70 degrees here in Southeast Iowa. Let's hear from some of our sponsors, including our headliner, which is Ottumwa Coasters. Here you go. Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
Pink Catawba from Tassel Ridge Winery is a very light and fruity semi-sweet rosé with pineapple and other tropical fruit aromas and green apple and citrus flavors on the palate. It's made entirely from Catawba grapes. Pink Catawba is great for sipping or serve it chilled with barbecue or summer picnic foods or cold fried chicken. This versatile wine even complements milk chocolate. Pink Catawba is available at Tassel Ridge Winery and at some of our nearly 400 retailers in Iowa. If you don't see Pink Catawba at your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lyton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Jeremy Empey Web Design, designing since 1999. Graphic design, website maintenance, and more. Web solutions for any size project, serving Oskaloosa and beyond. Jeremy Empey Web Design has web solutions for any size project. He can breathe life into your website, and he'll help you out with fast support, web hosting, web development, and website maintenance. Whatever you need, Jeremy Empey Web Design can help you out. Call Jeremy at 641-295-4844 or get more information at jeremyempey.com. Hey, we do thank Jeremy Empey Web Design for being one of our sponsors, one of our advertisers here on the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. Appreciate Jeremy. Thanks to Tassel Ridge Winery and also our headline sponsor, Ottumwa Coasters. We're, of course, broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. We appreciate them. It is time for some things you need to know. Whoa, come on now. Things you need to know. Pete Davidson has checked himself into a wellness facility. He is seeking some mental health treatment. Best wishes for Pete Davidson. The Oscars, they are struggling to nail down a host, as Jimmy Kimmel and John Mulaney have both turned down the opportunity to host the Oscars next year. Other stuff, a new book claims that Prince William banned Meghan Markle from wearing the late Princess Diana's jewelry at her wedding to Prince Harry. So, more drama surrounding the royals. What else we got? The Army is seemingly having buyer's remorse after an $11 million marketing deal with the United Football League and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, the high-profile deal hasn't really worked out so well for the Army. The service may even be seeking to get some of its money back. I mean, if they want to give me just a little bit of that money for some marketing, I'll gladly put them on as an advertiser here on Steve Shuttler Media. So the Army and the United Football League. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's go to Hollywood. We talked about this a little bit with the Carrie Fisher bikini from Star Wars selling at an auction recently. At that same auction, let's see here. The bikini went for $175,000. At that same auction, Harry Potter's wand went for $94,000. And then an original oil painting of Scrooge McDuck and his grandnephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, sold for $312,000. Real. That's real life. I got a hair or something in my eye. Let's see here. So, again, $312,000 for an oil painting of Scrooge McDuck and the nephews. Who is spending that kind of money on Disney art? That's crazy. How about Kathy Lee Gifford? She is recovering after breaking her pelvis in 2 places and being hospitalized for over a week after taking a fall following hip replacement surgery. So hope Kathy Lee gets to feeling better. Let's go back to the Royals. Despite a positive meeting between King Charles and Prince Harry following the King's cancer diagnosis, their communication has since deteriorated, which is sad. Those close to Prince Harry says the monarch no longer takes his son's calls or responds to his letters. So communication between the prince and the king. Let's go to this. It's still looking like we'll see the first interest rate cut by the Fed next month. So if you're into that type of stuff. How about Etsy? Hoping to boost its sales by introducing its first ever loyalty rewards program. Again, that was news from Etsy. Let's go to the NFL. Big change on the horizon for the NFL, possibly, as they are looking at replacing the chain gang with new technology to measure for that first down. I mean, I can't even remember the last time that the chain gang in football was actually used, other than in like high school football. I mean, in college and football, they're just like, yeah, first down. They don't even look at it anymore. But evidently, chain gangs are still a thing. So, I truly thought that they had gotten rid of them. Let's see here. And then in the movies, the second part of Kevin Costner's Horizon: An American Saga will have its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival in September. Now, it was supposed to hit theaters this month, but the first movie of that American saga didn't really light up the box office all that much. So I think it's just going to go straight to streaming. And then in some food news this morning, Taco Bell is going to be using more artificial intelligence voice technology in its drive-thrus to hundreds of U.S. locations by the end of this year. So no use for people anymore. Just we'll have artificial intelligence people taking our orders at Taco Bell. And then McDonald's, we told you recently, they experienced a drop in sales in the last quarter. Starbucks also seeing a drop, 3% globally at stores for the last year, including a 2% drop right here in North America. So fast food places, drive-through places, not making as much money as they have in the past. Let's go to this. Today's impossible question. It's impossible question. Today's impossible question What percentage of Americans live within an hour of their parents? Again, what percentage of Americans live within an hour of their parents' home? Now, I'm in the same town, so I'm, within minutes of my mom. Let's see here. Think about that. Let's say some good mornings. We've got Jan. We've got Anthony, the King. Anthony Schilling is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. This guy rules my weekly top 20 for the last 3 weeks. So all hail Anthony Schilling, everybody. That guy destroying the competition. Today's impossible question: what percentage of Americans live within an hour of their parents' home? That percentage is 72%. Really? Guess people don't move too far away from mom and dad. Shall we get weird? Let's do it.
That is weird.
In some weird news, the world of health, a drug similar to Ozempic, which is used to treat diabetes and obesity, might also be used to treat and slow the progression of Alzheimer's, according to a study. Researchers from Imperial College London observed 204 Alzheimer's patients in the UK over a year. Now, half were given daily injections of this drug. Let's see here. While the other half were given a placebo. Compared to the latter group, those given, it's something called liraglutide, had 50% lower loss of brain volume in areas that control memory and decision-making, and an 18% slower decline in cognitive function. So it looks like it slows the progress down of Alzheimer's. So we'll see if they continue making progress with that. In some other weird news, let's see here. In the picturesque town of Seeley Lake, Montana, which is surrounded by beautiful forests, a place called Pyramid Mountain Lumber has been the heartbeat of their community for 75 years. But now, despite wood all over the place, trees all over the place, the mill is actually closing its doors for a surprising reason. It's because the town lacks a centralized sewer system. So again, they're making money. There's jobs. There's lumber. Still, after 75 years, because of a crummy sewer system, this lumber company in Montana is going out of business. It's been a family-owned business since 1948. They say because the town doesn't have a centralized sewer system, which prevents new affordable housing from being built, this big, booming lumber company is out of here. So, yeah, you'd think that in this day and age, that this 75-year-old mill in Montana would be able to go, but not happening. Other stuff in weird news. A lady named Mary Venegas was flabbergasted when she finally found an envelope containing $6,000 in cash. Now, it was buried beneath some cardboard boxes in her backyard. The senior citizen from Sacramento thought the money was long gone after losing it 4 years ago, and she was just so happy to find it, since she is living on a fixed income and had overdue utility bills to pay. But the thing is, she went to the bank to deposit the money that she found buried in her backyard, but Bank of America at the time refused to accept her cash because the bills were deteriorated, dirty and water damaged after their 4-year stay outside and in the ground. Now, long story short, the bank ultimately did change its position and did accept the majority of the money. And let's see here. A relieved Venegas said that she plans to use the money to pay off, again, some of her bills, including the late utility bills. So, there's a little controversy whether that bank was going to accept the money, but they ultimately ended up accepting the money. Let's go to Texas. Traffic was delayed on a Texas highway when a flatbed trailer lost its load, which was a military tank. How'd you like to be driving down the road and a military tank is in the middle of a highway? The tank, believed to be an M109 howitzer, fell from a flatbed trailer around 4 p.m. Sunday on the interstate. So watch out for falling tanks on the interstate in Texas. And finally, in some weird news today, a U.S. triathlon athlete, Seth Ryder, has decided to stop washing his hands after going to the bathroom in a bid to increase his resistance to the polluted River Seine. Is that how you say that? Seine in the Olympics? The men's individual triathlon race at the Paris Olympic Games postponed as the water quality in the River Seine is still below regulatory standards. Although I did see that yesterday they did do some events in that river. But again, this guy hasn't been washing his hands after going to the bathroom to prepare himself to swim in the river at the Olympics. So dirty water. Gross. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, 2 men died as a result of road rage. A dispute that escalated in front of children over the weekend in Highland, California. This was between Jonathan McConnell, 38 years old, and Aaron Harris, 37 years old. They were involved in a hit-and-run collision on Saturday night. Detectives learned that the motorcycle rider, Jonathan McConnell, was splitting lanes on the 210 freeway when he hit a sedan that Harris was driving. Now, the father's 2- and 5-year-olds were in the vehicle at the time. So it ended up Harris tracked down McConnell, followed him for 68 miles, I believe. Let's see here. In front of Joy Lounge in Highland, a city about what? Oh, excuse me. This is 68 miles from Los Angeles. So anyway, road rage, motorcycle clips a car. The car driver follows the motorcycle driver. They actually ended up exchanging gunshots, which ultimately killed both men. Again, little kids were inside the car, but the dad decided to chase down the motorcyclist. They ended up shooting each other and killing each other. The children were not harmed physically during the confrontation, but you can only imagine the mental state of the two. So, files of law and disorder. Just calm your road rage down. It's not worth it. Why kill each other just because you hit each other on the road? That's just silliness. Should we go to let's do something that'll make you smile. How about that?
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions at 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Give them a call, 641-622-2669. Something that'll make you smile. A man fleeing California's park fire was forced to leave behind his 2 Rottweilers and a litter of puppies on Wednesday when his truck broke down. The remote area was soon blocked by fire and the dogs were presumed lost. But we have some rescue efforts going underway. The North Valley Animal Disaster Group said that a helicopter pilot was able to drop off a first responder named Trevor Skaggs from the Butte County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team about 1.5 miles away from where the Rottweilers were left behind. The guy went the 1.5 miles from the location of the helicopter, found the dogs, and although the male Rottweiler passed away in the fire, the mother Rottweiler and the puppies survived. So, again, it's a little bit sad, but it's a lot happy. Again, 5 out of the 6 dogs were rescued in that wildfire in California. That first responder, very heroic, doing a great thing. Some would probably say he was foolish doing that just to save some dogs, but he did it and made that family very, very happy. Something to make you smile, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's wrap this up with some
Duh.
Let's do some duh. In a distressing medical case from Vietnam, oh boy, I'm glad we didn't have this story yesterday because Neil Crott and I would have lost our minds on this one. In a distressing medical case from Vietnam, a man was admitted to the hospital in Hanoi after experiencing severe pain. You know why he was experiencing severe pain? It's because he had a live eel inserted into his rectum. Say what? An eel. It was eeling in his rectum. The 26-inch, over 2 feet, the 26-inch eel attempted to escape the inside of this guy by chewing through the wall of his large intestine. During the medical examination, doctors also discovered a lemon lodged in his rectum. What is going on? What is this guy's deal? Sticking things in there. An eel that was alive. That would be uncomfortable. The complex situation necessitated surgical intervention where surgeons had to perform an abdominal operation to safely remove both the eel and the lemon. Did the eel live? That's what I want to know. Is the eel still alive? The patient, identified only as a 31-year-old Indian national, faced life-threatening complications and was informed he would require a colostomy bag for the rest of his life. You idiot. Stick an eel up your butt.
Duh.
You don't stick an eel where eels shouldn't be stuck. Duh. Moron. Let's take a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. Chance of some showers and thunderstorms, possibly this morning, maybe again late this afternoon. Otherwise, cloudy skies gradually becoming sunny, and a high of 86 for today. Right now, we're at 71 degrees at 7:37 on your Thursday, August 1st. We do, of course, broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios. Give them a call at 673-4845. And we do thank Tumwa Coasters for being our headline sponsor for the month of August. Make sure you get a hold of Elizabeth at Tumwa Coasters. Follow the page and get some coasters made up for your business or event. All right. It is a Thursday. Let me look up at the schedule for today. Of course, in remembrance of, at 8 a.m., we'll have Sigourney Public Library with Miss Amanda coming up at 10 a.m. 4 o'clock this afternoon, Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook. We'll get to some successful farming. We'll have our weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society. We'll talk sports and more with the Morgan You Asked For podcast later on at 7 p.m. So, busy day here on Steve Shetler Media. Otherwise, you guys enjoy this 1st of August. Don't stick eels where they shouldn't be stuck. And otherwise, we'll see you back here tomorrow at 7 a.m.